from the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. Very exciting set today. Notably, both of these teams, congratulations, by the way, confirmed going to the playoffs. So super exciting.
Yeah, definitely. Both these teams 4-0. The only game. This is the only game that they have to make up. Everything else is already done. 4-0, of course. Both these teams, like you just said, making playoffs. Congratulations to both of them.
Yes, going back to the Week 4 map list this time around. So excited to see what these teams are cooking right now, as we can see right here. H-Town Rebels, very interesting keys to victory. I don't know, maybe, Drew, you want to make sense of that? Help me kind of piece together?
I don't know if there's anything that I can piece together with that, I'm gonna be honest.
Right.
What works at the end of the day.
Very, you know what? Maybe they're speaking the language of the gods here. We are simply the masses experiencing the genius as we're heading into game number 1 right now on. I don't have the Week 4 map list. Hold on. Okay, right, yes. Okay, tower control ship shape. Okay, perfect. Drew, what are your thoughts on this?
Well, one thing I'm noticing, I do see a blaster on the south side of H-Town Rebels. I believe that is Dio, so that's a very interesting pick over there. And on the side of Vermillion Tides, I'm seeing a vanilla dually squelcher, which is also something you don't usually see.
Right, and right now we are seeing that blaster come in with the Inkjet to score 3 down in favor of H-Town Rebels as Raphael trying to get their team back in, holding that court area. A very crucial area to keep control of, especially when you lose control of it. Ship Shape is a very snowbally map, despite how, the community has very high hopes of that. But it's still, you need to be careful about kind of holding your space, as we're seeing right now. The first checkpoint ticking away and is going to go to the H-Town Rebels.
Yeah, definitely. H-Town Rebels just taking complete control over this tower, just trying to get as far as they can, getting all the way halfway. The thing is, about this map, there's only 2 checkpoints, so once you get past that second, it is kind of hard to play defense.
And as we're seeing right now, a very powerful showing, being able to send teammates on the left side to draw attention away from that second checkpoint as it goes down, as the members of Vermillion Tides are struggling to stop this tower, as the first push knockout goes to Houston. That was fast.
Yeah, that was a pretty dominant game on the side of H-Town Rebels, just able to take control of that midline, rally up those specials, use them accordingly, and eventually just get an easy 100-0 knockout.
I really love that kind of like dual forked approach that they had, being able to set 2 people up on the left side, control that court area, where a lot of the longer range or poke oriented weapons would like to throw bombs over or kind of snipe the tower from safety without contesting that left side. It's a very risky tactic because you have to kind of rely on that skirmish partner that you're going with. You have to have absolute trust and synergy with them in order to make it work. But as we're seeing right now, H-Town Rebels making short work of that task.
Yeah, I guess they were using their keys to victory there to give themselves an early lead in this set. Yeah, of course. I wonder which one of those they used. Which one do you think they had that? The Weezer Rift, Yelling Booyah, or Lazy Town?
Honestly, I'm seeing the Lazy Town, game 1, we are number 1, I think it fits, but looking over Vermillion Tides, now that we have a chance, attack quickly and deliberately, be able to focus key positions to push. Game number 1 should be a very good reminder of that, being, if Vermillion Tides is able to secure these very strong positions for long enough to get themselves situated, they can mount very strong counter pushes against a team that kind of has to poke their way in and maybe wants to take separate fights and split up. It's a good counter strategy to kind of keep everyone near and sort of, play each other that way. But I don't know. What are you thinking?
I definitely agree with that. If you just have to. One thing that is very important is pushing up when you need to, playing aggressive when you need to, but also playing passive if you need to. And if you are going to play aggressive, definitely is best to push up with your teammates so you have that little bit of backup.
Right. And then going into sorry, I am a mess right now. The map list is all over. Let me actually get that for my reference for the future. Right, with game number 2 being on Rainmaker Inkblot Art Academy. A lot more of a sort of shorter, at least distance-wise, to get to mid. A lot more sort of left and right range to move around. I'm definitely interested to see where a lot of these strategies come in, particularly with the ballpoints. I'm noticing that both teams do have that in their weapon list. Being able to use that verticality from both the inkjet as well as their main weapons with the fall off.
Yeah, definitely. Just also with the addition of, assuming they're going to play vanilla, having the fizzy bombs just to poke onto the enemy plat, and also just having inkjet as like a surprise, just hit your arctic, and then you got a jetpack. So it's really interesting to see how both these teams are going to use that to their advantage.
All right, cool. Let's get right into it then. Let's see exactly what they are cooking here. Looking at the comps real quick, we are seeing notably the Splatana Stamper coming out with that 52 gal, very strong, being able to hold those choke points. Vermillion Tide's going with sort of the same kind of vibe, very flexible comp with a lot of mid-range potential there. Rushing out to mid, we're seeing already a split up, both one on the left side, being able to secure that extra area for some more paint, earlier special output. Oh,
yeah,
good.
Okay, did you also just have a hiccup right there?
A little bit, but...
Yeah.
Alright, and already the first checkpoint!
Yeah, first checkpoint seems to be going in the favor of H-Town Rebels, and they have the Zuka charge, and they are going to pop it, take 2 shots, not going to get anyone yet, trying to get another, not going to. They do have that tactical or as that safety net in case they go down. The Rainmaker did have to fall back into mid a little bit, but is going to go up to that enemy bats and try to get some more points. Just shooting from above, seeing what they can get.
I gotta say, I'm loving the aggressive use of these specials from H-Town Rebels. Being able to just kind of send them out and just kind of get these picks, bring it all the way to 6. Unfortunately, that is a team wipe, but the damage has been done already. Vermillion Tides basically has to get that knockout if they want to get back in this game. And right now, as we're seeing right here, Kess being able to just kind of shoot these Rainmaker shots over, just kind of zoning out, trying to give room for the teammates to come in. As right now, the flank comes off to the left, being able to get picked off beautifully over there. As the right side is being pressured, trying to keep the members on the plat, but no one comes forward to pick the Rainmaker.
Yeah, one of them got right behind the enemy defense, was able to pick off the Rainmaker right there, but Vermillion Tides seems to still have control around that Rainmaker area, so they might be able to get another push going, but the suction bomb takes down Kess and the Rainmaker, and that's another Rainmaker reset.
Ouch, that is not a good spot that you want that Rainmaker to stay in, especially on that ramp where you have a lot of terrain to play around. One member goes down as they're shooting the Inkzuka shots over, just trying to zone them out, get them to back off. They've got a lot of ground up on Vermillion Tides right now, so they can play this as patiently as they want to. Just kind of respect their range, paint up, install this game out as long and painful as it needs to be.
Yeah, and it looks like a lot of mid-control for the side of H-Town Rebels. We do see Caps with that Zuka not able to get the hero shot over there, but the hero shot is probably just going to paint around on that left side, try to get that Trizuka charged. And it looks like H-Town Rebels is going to go for another push. They have a strong lead going all the way to 6. They're going to go as far as they can, try to get a knockout.
Ooh, yeah, we're not seeing a lot of team fights, notably, but all of these solo duo picks definitely is not helping Vermillion Tides be able to set themselves up, even in their own base. It's very difficult to mount a defense against the Rainmaker pushing in when you don't have all of your teammates up at once. When they're 1 down or 2 down, it is tough. You can't get in.
Yeah, it is really difficult, and we did see Vermillion Tides just take down 2 right there, and they are going to put the Rainmaker all the way back into mid, it looks like. But the thing is, someone is staying up there, but they finally drop, and that does put the Rainmaker back into mid. But having it in that right pit is very scary, because that is pretty much can be like locked out there.
Oh, and nice punish on the Shark over there, being able to secure first checkpoint for Vermillion Tides. They're in a very good spot right here. They need to be able to take advantage and get control of that bats and court area. Getting both allows them to run all the way up to that podium. Uncontested, the stamp comes out, but no, does not find the pick as 2 members go behind the Rainmaker, and that is a wipeout!
Yeah, H-Town Rebels just gets one after the other and just punishes, and it's just able to get that wipeout right there and just stop that defense entirely. Vermillion Tides only has 1 minute 10 left to get that lead if they want to take this game.
a minute left, but however, it is no time to get panicky, especially on a map like Inkblot Art Academy, where the lead can flip very quickly if you are able to get your advantage. They'd buy their time, kind of wait for those specials, find the perfect pick to start this push, and just start snowballing. Whatever worked for H-Town Rebels in the first push, they need to replicate and do better right here.
Yeah, and we do see Aster right here talking around that left side. And that goes 2 with the stamp. I believe that was from Raph. 3 are down on the side of H-Town Rebels. Vermillion Tides is going to try to mount one last push with 30 seconds left.
Right, being able to push zoning out with that Rainmaker, stopping the movement options on the bats. Very smart play, trying to set up a 2v1, pinching there, yes, trading it out, trying to secure the Rainmaker spot, but no! On the snipe platform, Dio with the 52 gal, managing to get the pick from max range. Firing off the whales, contesting that shield, stalling it out as long as possible. One member of Vermillion Tide still is up on the bats area, however, they are under a lot of pressure right now. Being able to roll away for these suction bombs, the Rainmaker making a run for it, stuck in mid!
Yeah, that's 3 down for H-Town Rebels, and Vermillion Tides is just going to go as quick as they can, and that's a wipeout. See if they can actually get the lead here. The 2 players up on top, Rainmaker coming in, getting to that 30s. You see Dio and Turo, I believe, right in that corner, just trying to keep space and just time them out. But the Rainmaker does still have time. Cash goes down, and that looks like another win for H-Town Rebels.
Very smart, patient play for Houston there, I gotta say. Being able to set up behind that splash wall, zone out with that suction bomb, being able to just kind of deny a lot of space. Oh, going into the final checkpoint, you have one approach route unless you're going all the way back through bats, which brings you even closer to even more high ground that you can't cross.
However, they are under a lot
as we're
of
seeing in
pressure
Sweetly or
right
Aster,
now,
being able to kind of keep the members back as the Rainmaker makes a run for it. But even though 3 go down here, Vermillion Tides is just a bit too slow on that Rainmaker pickup to be able to capitalize and push all the way up on that flat when they want to. The delayed wipe is nice, however, 3 members are coming back right now. The Inkjet is not in the position to be able to kind of keep them back long enough to push that Rainmaker through.
Rainmaker coming in,
And
getting to that 30s.
Up, protecting
You
the
see
team
Dio
members
and
around
Turo,
this
I
choke point.
believe, right in
Very
that
strong
corner, just
defensive
trying to keep space.
Yeah, Splash
and
Ball's
just
right in
time
that
them
corner
out.
is just so strong from being able to just contest the zone. We did see one player try to shark our round, but unfortunately did go down, and that pretty much just snowballed into Game 2 on H-Town Rebels.
Right, but however, Game 3, as we're seeing right, Clan Blitz Museum d'Alfonzino. Compared to Tower Shipshape and Rainmaker Inkblot Art Academy, your strategy here changes very drastically. There's going to be a lot more of these aggressive, sort of, perhaps one-person plays, with how expansive this map is and how many, sort of, different areas you can take a fight on, or areas to contest. So, going into this, what are you thinking?
Yeah, definitely. I could definitely... this map is way more open than pretty much any other map, so it is going to be very interesting to see what both these teams decide to do. One thing I am questioning, I don't know if we have access to any weapon pools for any of these players, but I'm wondering if any of them play a Kraken weapon to see if we might have some good old Kraken cheese coming into play.
Let's see, Kraken. I am seeing notably, it just says roller. I'm not sure if that's vanilla roller or crack-on roller, but you're right, being able to Kraken cheese, especially making the jump from that box, a very fast way to set up a lot of just protection around that basket, being able to easily secure themselves in and back people off, put them back up on the high ground. Yes, you can't exactly fight the high ground that well, but positioning is very, like, highly contested up there. So it's a matter of, yeah, it's a good spot for you, but it'll still take you a while to contest.
Yeah, definitely. The plats on Museum are definitely way more, I don't know if I would say open, but they're way more, trying to think of the word that I'm thinking of, but it is way more, I'd say at least it's more complex. You have that spinner in the middle of it, so it's definitely more, maybe, I wouldn't say exactly awkward to move around, but I wouldn't say it's easy either.
Right, going into game number 3, we're seeing a lot of the same, you know? Notably, I don't think that we're seeing any of the Kraken that we mentioned. However, notably the Chumps coming out. You know how much I love those.
Yeah, Chumps, let's go! We love Chumps. Chumps are great.
Alright, already one goes down for Vermillion Tides as H-Town Rebels are being able to secure themselves. Is it the Blaster being able to peek up over that ledge and pick them on their own plat? Already taking the ramp as the power is made. And Nasu going in. No, the ball is not done. No, it is. Never mind. As the bubble is set up and more clans are going in. That is already 62.
H-Town Rebels just had a massive push right in the first 40 seconds of this game. They just wasted no time pushing that enemy plant, getting those picks they needed, and they've gone all the way to 59 in the first 45 seconds in this game.
Right now, H-Town Rebels saying, we paid for the whole clam timer, we are using the whole clam timer. Just kind of being able to skirmish under that basket and secure themselves for as long as possible, even if their members go down to recollect and back up, keeping their relative control. Right now, Vermillion Tide's trying to push their way back into mid, but no, the Zuka keeping them back on the plat, not being able to cross, especially with that Blaster covering that ramp, securing H-Town Rebels again going in.
Yeah, we do see Kess and Ref with that stamp trying to get some picks there, not looking like they're going to be able to get anything. 2 down on the side of H-Town Rebels. Nautilus does to have that Inkstorm charge if they need to use it. And looks like Vermillion Tides is going to start a push of their own right now.
Right, as 2 members go down. No, the power clamp does. Oh, the power clamp does go in. As Aster right now setting up the wave breaker, trying to secure the bottom area to prevent the members from H-Town Rebels from taking it. No, the power clamp is dying in mid. As no another member goes down. I think this push is over.
Yeah, it looks like it as 2 go down on Vermillion Tides, getting all the way to 68. Not the push that they needed for lead, but still a strong one with that.
Yes, being able to make a statement and say, we are still in this. We are down, but we are not out. Right now, Kess skirmishing with Dio on the bottom side is no. Coming in, Raph being able to help pick that off as the stamp comes out, securing left side. As nope, one member goes in, nope, taken out as the Zuka is just zoning them out. H-Town Rebels is on the back foot right now.
Yeah, Kess with that clutch Zuka shot to take down one of the members of H-Town Rebels. Kess tracking over onto the H-Town ramp. Able to pick one right there, able to pick Dio right there. And Kess is just grabbing that power climb, seeing what they can do with it, seeing if they can mount a push again to eventually take lead. Zuka does come out, there's one shot, not able to get anyone. Second and third, not able to get anyone either. But we do see a lot of specials coming out from Vermillion Tides, able to get down 2, but 2 of them go down themselves.
I do like this game plan that Vermillion Tides has, where being able to coordinate these pushes based on their special availability. As we're seeing right here, they're waiting to take that plat for when that Zuka is live and going. So they're playing very patient, even though they're down points. You gotta commend the sort of persistence that they have to not give up on their pushes until they know that they can't contest with their specials. They're playing very scrappy, but however, as we're seeing with things like the dually coaches, maybe that's something that they want to do. They want to try to take these fights and try to drag them out to make use of their chip damage.
Yeah, definitely, and it is looking like Vermillion Tides is playing pretty aggressive right now, and they are able to score again, but that looks like 3 down, and that is a wipeout, as the H-Town Rebels plays a strong defense, as they're able to hold out, and it looks like they're going to mount a push automatically, trying to get to Vermillion Tides' base. We do see 1 power clan charge, and they do have clan economy in their favor.
The chumps are out. Let's go. Being able to zone them away from that spinner area and set themselves up. But no, Vermillion Tide setting up a very strong defense and zoning them out when the chumps go too far. They recognize when they're in the air and thinking, okay, they're going in now. Let's set up and kind of contest them there.
Yeah, and we do see 2 are down on the side of Vermillion Tides. Just less than a minute left in this game. H-Town Rebels has a strong clan economy. And we're just going to have to see how Vermillion Tides is going to be able to hold this, and it looks like we do. And H-Town Rebels is able to get all the way to 9.
Yikes! That is a very powerful push. With the cut through, definitely not impossible, but not something you want to see if you're on Vermillion Tides right now.
Yeah, Vermillion Tides is going to have to stay locked in. 26 clams to their name, 15 seconds left in this game. They're going to have to mount a push soon, and it's going to have to be the strongest one of this game. There is 2 down, 3 down on the side of H-Town Rebels. Vermillion Tides pushing up, trying their best to get in, able to get 2 in. Are they going to be able to get the 3rd in to get 14? I think one of them goes down. And that looks like 3 down. They're able to get to 14. Vermillion Tide's gonna be able to get it. They get to 11.
Just one clam. One clam.
One clam.
Aster, come on. One clam.
They're gonna go and they go down.
That hurts.
Oh
no. One clam away. Ouch.
That is rough.
sting.
That is rough.
Definitely, that last push was exactly what Vermillion Tides needed to push back in and secure this match and put them on the board.
They're gonna have to mount a push soon, and it's gonna have to be the strongest part of this game.
Shots and the overwhelming
There's 2 down, 3 down on the side of Easttown Rebels, Vermillion Tides,
right here,
pushing
the
up,
Power Clam jumps
trying
into
their
mid, secure
best to
themselves
get
up for a
in,
very
able
strong
to get
counter
2
push
in.
and get
Are they
these
gonna be
points
able
down.
to get the third and to get 14?
Area, not
I
going
think
for
one
the
of
red.
them
It is
goes
a
down,
faster. They are in a
and
rush.
it looks like
So the clams drop
3
down
down.
here as
They're able to get to
being able to
14.
in. However,
If Vermillion Tides can be able to get it, they get to 11. That's one more clam.
having to go for the ones on the right.
That's
Trying to just throw one in, but no, the blaster picking them off as the ballpoint watches the basket close. Ooh.
That was such a close game, and the thing is, we did have I was on my end at least having a bit of Discord issues, but because it cut out, and out of nowhere, Easttown Rebels was all the way to 9. It's like
that was
blink of
intentional. That's
it,
their instant transmission Super Saiyan type.
Yeah, sure.
This is the new Splatoon meta.
This is the new Splatoon meta.
Simply react.
Simply react.
But speaking of reaction, my reaction to Splat Zone's Floundered Heights is very positive. I love this map, for the record. I've heard people don't like it.
Really?
Yeah, I love Splat Zone's Okay, I play Dynamo for full disclosure, but it's a fun map. People are just bad.
Do I have to go? I might have to go. I might have an emergency.
Don't go. It's okay. Don't go. It's okay. I can have right opinions. You know.
You can also have wrong ones, and this is one of them.
Hey, listen here.
Flounder Heights.
But yeah, being able to secure this middle area. This entire map sets up with one big choke point on your left approach, and the right one, you have to be very careful about taking it. It is a very vulnerable position with that much high ground to contest. However, we also know that these teams have weapons that can hit over and abuse that high ground. For example, Dio with that blaster being able to peek that ledge, or perhaps the ballpoint Splatling from Dino being able to secure picks over an arc. The verticality in this stage will decide who wins this one. 100%. And with match point, H-Town Rebels is 1 game away from securing themselves as top seed in their group playoffs. However, both of these teams are making playoffs. So, who knows? We could see them play again sometime.
Yeah, definitely. And one thing I'm finding interesting, I'm seeing Dio on a custom GooTuber?
Okay. That's the one with Stamp, right?
Okay. Yeah, that is the one with Fizzy. I think it's Fizzy Stamp.
Fizzy's the interesting kit. I
think
like
it's Fizzy
Stamp.
Stamp.
I think so,
yeah, but it is pretty interesting. 2 down on both sides already. We did see Dio with that YouTuber trying to make something happen, not able to yet. But yeah, it is Fizzy Stamp for the custom Dio. We do see Dio does go down from the cast over on Vermillion Tides. H-Town Rebels does have the main majority of control of starting getting the first few points of the game, but Kess with that Zuka trying to get some picks, not able to get one on the first shot or the second, trying to get one on the third, and able to pick off one, as Vermillion Tides is going to take the first control of this game for them.
I will say, with some insider information on Vermillion Tides, I can't speak for the whole team, but I can speak for the 2 that I know decently well, that being Kess and Raphael, both being members of Hibiscus, my team. I will say that Kess is very smart in using those Zukas, being able to kind of set them up not just for picks, but to be able to get their team in. As you're seeing right here, as these strikes come out, being able to clear out space. Right now, their goal is to paint up for that Zuka and secure that pick to get people looking away from their approach angle. Right now, the Stamp coming out, trying to space out right now as we're seeing the zone being painted over, as the Zuka coming out and trying to secure that area over by the Great right now to get their team back in. Very methodical game plan, but it seems to be paying off. Yeah,
but we do see Vermillion Tides trying to mount a defensive and trying to play a little bit aggressive, and is able to get a wipeout on H-Town Rebels, and they're going to get some points here, trying to dwindle down that score as far as they can before H-Town Rebels can even get an offensive pushback.
This is the opportunity they want to have 2 specials up, camping them in. This is an opportunity to get massive points as the stamp goes out, being able to secure them off the right side, locking them into the left. We see Churro being able to take the left ramp as the other team members are going towards the right zone. The Inkstorm coming out, trying to zone them out. Right now, the Hammer being picked. Huge pick to secure themselves to get even more points. Stall this zone just a little longer.
Yeah, and we do see 2 down on the side of, I believe that is H-Town Rebels, and Vermillion Tides is just going to play as strong of a defense as they possibly can. They do have the lead. They're just trying to dwindle down those penalty points. We do see Kess with that Zuka trying to pick off 1. Doesn't get 1 for them still, or that 3. They do see that 1 person sharking around that corner, and they're trying to get the pick, but it does go down, unfortunately, and that's 3 down for Vermillion Tides.
Ooh, very strong showing, being able to take back that zone and take the 3 members while the Wiper is stuck in the hotel area, being forced to retreat. However, still staying alive, keeping that potential of pushing back in with the Hammer alive. That is what we like to see. When the team goes down, someone's able to come back and get the game swinging back the other direction. Splatoon is a very fast game, and losing momentum like that is definitely not what you want to see. The stamp coming out, being able to just secure the zone, getting the members to back off a little bit, getting more points, chunking through that penalty, and starting to score on the board again. Right now, as the Inkjet is going off, trying to get a pick over there, securing the back, as no, the stamp is not able to push back into the zone with the team down.
Yeah, and H-Town Rebels does take a lead from there. Dio with that custom Gucci, we're trying to make something happen, not able to, and it's going to retreat back, as H-Town Rebels has major control of this zone, and they're just trying to get this lead going as far as they can. See, Dio does take down Ref right there. Dio just going right back up to mid, throwing down those fizzy bombs, trying to see if they can get one, and they do get Astra right there. And that is another pick from the Zuka, and it looks like H-Town Rebels has made control over the zone, and if they just hold out a little bit longer, they will take this game, and that looks like that's it. As H-Town Rebels takes a 4-0 clean sweep over Vermillion Tides to go 5-0 in the CCA regular season.
Very strong showing there, very strong. H-Town Rebels kind of taking the advantage of their AoE damage. Oh, maybe not so much in the last match with the switch to the custom Gutuber, but I mean, that paid off. So,
has major
very strong control of these choke points, being able to split up, but not far enough to where they're taking separate fights, as we're seeing right here. We have the choke point being contested up top, while the Gutuber is setting up below the bridge to fight even further and keep the members back. The team is split, but they are definitely not playing different games, you know? They are keeping very strong control over where is everyone, not only them, but us. And kind of keeping that communication. On the flip side, Vermillion Tide showing exactly how they can kind of contest with their specials. And unfortunately, the paint coverage did bite them a bit here when the team went down. But their use of being able to coordinate their pushes that way did get them some very strong showings.
Yeah, and I do not know, and it looks like we probably are doing a play all 7 here.
Producer jump scare. Woohoo! All right. And the CCA tradition, and I said this a ton of times before. I'll say it again. I love the play L7 because you get both the potential for cooking, like just comps that these teams want to try out, as well as meme comps. Honestly, I do really like the play L7 just because, you know, like we like to have fun.
Yeah, you actually did have a good opinion there. I also like the play L7. I think it's really interesting. You like Flounder Zones, then that's rough.
Flounder Zones is valid, but
no, it's not in the slightest. But let's agree to disagree on that. But I do also really like the play L7. You can try out any new comps that you're thinking of trying out, or you can straight up just have fun. You can do some memes. Who cares?
I mean, hey, with a bit of the pressure off right now, we're going to see a lot of these teams kind of cutting loose with this. And that's another thing I like to see, because I feel like a lot of people, viewers are sometimes forget, especially if you haven't played Splatoon in a while, is that sometimes these sets get very tense. A lot of these tensions just run high in the set when you've got so much pressure, so many things to keep track of. It's a lot. And once the stakes are off and you just kind of play in the games to play the games, I don't know, it's kind of liberating, you know?
Yeah. Honestly, it is just fun just being able to just hop in a PB and just play with friends. No stress, no nothing. Set's already over. We can just have some fun now.
Right, and as we're going into game number 5 on Tower Control Hagglefish Market, this one used to like it a bit. Not sure how I feel about it now. We're seeing a similar comp come out from both teams, actually. Yeah, so okay, yeah, just kind of making sure what works. They do still have playoffs ahead of them, so I totally understand. Yeah, valid.
Yeah, we do see Dio returning to that 52 gallon. We do see both teams do have a stamper, so that is going to be very interesting. 2 Zipcasters on the map.
Not sure about the Zipcaster pick here. Hagglefish Market is a very difficult map to use Zipcaster with. I'm sure everyone's seen the Twitter clips of places that should be zipped to but aren't.
I don't think I've actually seen that. I might have to check that out.
Yeah, definitely. But as we're seeing right here, H-Town Rebels able to get themselves to the first checkpoint, being able to set up once again using that splash wall. Very smart uses of being able to use a defensive sub-weapon offensively. And it's paying off in spades right now as the first checkpoint goes down.
Yeah, I mean, do you see the Hero Shot trying to make something happen, trying to get a pick right there, but are down to the side of Vermillion Tides, and H-Town Rebels is just trying to keep the offense going. We do see the Trizuka not able to get anyone, but we do see one pick right there, trying to get another. It's not going to happen, as that is a nice pincer from the side of H-Town Rebels.
Right, in a situation like this, the team that wins these even trades is the team that's ahead. They want to kind of maintain the status quo. H-Town Rebels is in no rush right now with taking down to, is that 48? Yes, 48 points right now. If the game ended right now, they'd be perfectly happy. So they're kind of edging around, kind of waiting, seeing if Vermillion Tides is going to crack and make a mistake to get this lead even bigger. Dio right now pushing up on that platform, getting picked down. 2 go down for H-Town Rebels as the push right now is up in the air with 3 going down. The Zap is stuck alone, forced to run away. No, they're fighting it out. No, there's a jump coming in.
It looks like both of them go down and the push is done. Vermillion Tides is going to see what they can do. Actually, we do see Dio up there trying to just get some picks, trying to just move around and see what they can do, and they're able to get a trade with Cass.
No, they are not willing to let this push go. That's impressive. Being able to set themselves up on that left side for continuous jumps in so that Vermillion Tides always has to organize their defense focused on that left side, opening themselves up to the right. Right now we're seeing the Zuka coming out, being able to get a pick on the plat. As right now they just keep painting for specials. 3 go down for Vermillion Tides.
Yeah, and H-Town Rebels does get 2 down on their own as well. We do see Ref with that Stamper seeing what they can do, trying to get a pick right there, but goes down to the enemy Stamper as L just is able to get that pick right there, and 3 are down again on Vermillion Tides.
Ooh, they're having a tough time being able to set themselves up again, especially with this strong offensive presence that, well, I wouldn't say more offensive, I'd say they're just putting their defense so far up that there's no room to move. And even if H-Town Rebels kind of has, like, when you look at that comp, you're thinking, oh, it's not the most aggressive comp I can think of. But with that defense that they're able to set up so far up, it's basically aggression, right? The best defense is a good offense, and the best offense is a good defense.
Yeah. We do see a wipeout coming from Vermillion Tides. H-Town Rebels again, just seeing if they can get a check. They are able to get past the second checkpoint there. Are they going to be able to get it any further? Only 1 down on their side and 2 down on the side of Vermillion Tides. It looks like they are able to get past checkpoint 3. Are they going to take this to a knockdown? It looks like they are. And they're taking the Game 5 even with the set done in this playoff 7.
Ooh, that is tough. The staggers from Vermillion Tides were devastating. It's always being able to contest that checkpoint and securing their left approach to defend the tower was very difficult, especially having something like a 52 up there, being up to that splash wall. They have a lot of bodies on that right side, and like they're thinking, okay, well we cleared that area. No, you didn't. There's another one there. They just keep hammering that point home until eventually it was just too much to handle.
Yeah, and they were able to just get that KO just like that. Vermillion Tides playing a little bit staggered, and H-Town Rebels looks like they were able to capitalize on that well.
is right here, being able to the fight on the right side. Yes, being able to set themselves up on the left for easier jumps and a bit more paint control too. As you're seeing, the tower already being able to clear that checkpoint so fast, and multiple members on the tower. Checkpoints do clear with more members on the tower. So if you need to get out of an area fast, and you don't even if you go fully down, if you're that far ahead, sometimes it's just worth the risk to stay on and just see what happens.
Wait, checkpoints actually clear with more people on the tower?
Yes, they clear slightly faster. However,
really,
yeah,
have I been lied to?
It's normally pretty bad because it's not that much of a change. It's very minimal.
Yeah,
so
and it's probably
way
a lot more risky having 3 people.
It's a Hail Mary, basically. If you see the opportunity, you can go for it. But in a situation like that, when the tower is running away from the defense, that is a very strong approach, and something that I think H-Town Rebels kind of recognized and said, okay, we have the opportunity, let's do this.
All right. Yeah, it looks like we are going to Game 6, Rainmaker on Crab-like Capital. What are the newer maps in this game? So it's really interesting to see. I mean, I wouldn't say it's newer. It has been out for a good few months, but it's one of the newest maps in Splatoon 3.
Notably, a lot of positive reception for Crab-like Capital. Some maps and modes I don't like, but this one's one of the better ones. I will forgive Rainmaker Crableg with my objectively correct takes.
Yeah, I do enjoy Crableg on everything except for TC. I don't like it on TC, but everything else, it is, I would say, a pretty good map.
Right, and as we're seeing the return of Rainmaker here with a lot of these greats, one begs to wonder, what's the option to sort of get these crucial picks from people crossing unsafe areas? You can't swim to regen, you're not very fast. The Inkbrush and Sploosh coming out.
Ooh.
With a tent umbrella on the side of Vermillion Tides. They really said,
wow.
You know what could we use more of? More space denial. I love it.
Yeah, and I do see Churro rocking with that Vanilla Slash. I'm biased towards that weapon. I love seeing some V-Slash gameplay. But we do see Churro just showing around, is able to Rainmaker first. Are they just going to go straight for the checkpoint? And it looks like they are.
That was a first 15 seconds triple right there. I think it was around the tent.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yes, being able to get around that sort of main pushing power right now with the tent being able to deny a lot of space, it moves very slowly and is very difficult to break. However, moving around it on especially the middle area of Crab-like Capital, there is a lot of maneuverability. Controlling the space around it will be critical for Vermillion Tides to amount their counter pushes.
Yeah, and we do see 2 go down on the side of H-Town Rebels. Vermillion Tides just playing some defense, but 3 are down on the side of H-Town Rebels again. But they were able to get that pick on Astra right there, and it looks like one of them is just going to shark around here, seeing what they can do. Churro just seeing if they can get that pop on the Rainmaker shield. But one does go around to try to get the flame. They do get the pop.
Ooh, right now fighting on this top area is not where you want to be with a tent umbrella coming right at you. There's not a lot of space to move around and sort of maneuver yourself, set yourself up. However, as you're seeing, the tent umbrella is down, coming back right now. So control of the court area is in favor of the H-Town Rebels as these short-range weapons are pushing up and devastating their backline.
Yeah, H-Town Rebels just going for a hyper-aggressive weapon comps, and it looks like it's starting to work right now. We do see the stamp from Dio not able to get cast right there, or Ref, but we do see the Vermillion Tides does seem to have majority control of where that Rainmaker is.
Yes, but at some point they need to get this push going. With a lot of these members coming in for what I personally like to call rat tactics. Not like a bad way, but like this idea that the rats in the walls, just kind of always running around everywhere, left, right, up, down, taking these walls, jumping out to surprise. Nowhere is safe, and it's a lot of sort of mental pressure as well as just positioning. You never know when these, for example, when that ink brush or when that sploosh is going to pop out. You can't face check anything, and as a result, your push is going to be very, very slow. It's something that Vermillion Tides can take advantage to get their tent set up, but when the tent has to do it too, it's a tough spot,
Yeah, definitely, but we did see 3 go down on the side of Vermillion Tides. H-Town Rebels just trying their best to take control of mid, and it looks like they're going to be able to, and the crab does come out from Churro, seeing if they can get anything, but the Zuka is able to get 2. Raf with an incredible Zuka shot, getting a 2-for-1, trying to get the third with that Sorolatat looks like it's able to get the ink brush as well.
Yes, and finally being able to try and set themselves up on that right side, going for that first checkpoint. Notably using the grates for space denial and setting up that shield there, as the team is coming a bit later than they like to have that shield ready to go. However, the members are still there to push for this checkpoint. As right, the Stamp is chasing the Rainmaker. No, they got the first check.
They got the first check right before. Dio wasn't able to get there quick enough, and Vermillion does get checkpoint 1.
Yes, and while the points do look close, it is very difficult to be able to push past that great area. You are moving very slowly, and with a lot of these weapons being able to push in, Vermillion Tides does have the range advantage here. So if they can be able to set themselves up next to that Rainmaker and mount a push in there without specials to contest, this could be their opportunity to get back in this set.
Yeah, I mean, you see Dio with that Ultra Stamp trying to see if they can get another pick. Not looking like they... And they get the Inkjet through the air!
Nice
oh, wow! What a throw from Dio, and it looks like Dio's gonna push up as far as they can, but they do drop below the grates. It looks like they're gonna try to go for a flank onto the other side, and they are gonna see if they can get that pick right there, but they are gonna go down.
Oh, nice Zuka there. Being able to stop that Rainmaker, get this counter push going. The team members of H-Town Rebels, there are 2 down. They need to be able to go forward, secure their space, and get themselves set up for this push. They don't have much time to waste. If they let one member slip by, this could jeopardize the entire push. As we're seeing right here, Kess being able to zone out with those Zuka shots. As right now the other members are just panning up for their specials, trying to get themselves in. No, Kess being caught out by the members of H-Town Rebels crossfiring them. And Raph goes down too. No. Ooh. 2 members that they need to get this push going are down, as Dino and Aster are trying to pick up the pieces right now.
Yeah, we do see both teams do have all their members back. We do see an Inkjet being popped from the side of, it looks like Vermillion Tides, and it looks like H-Town Rebels is going to hold out and take Game 6 as well.
Very, very promising showing. Notably, the use of those 2 short-range weapons. That is a bold choice on those grates. However, the movement that you get from being able to have that ink brush run around on there kind of mitigates it, but you still are working with a massive range disadvantage. H-Town Rebels is very smart at being able to use the walls and their separate approach options to be able to contest superior range and potentially superior firepower. As we're seeing right here, being able to take different angles to kind of rush in all at once, so that there's way too much to worry about against these very slower weapons that have less strong kill times, and using their specials as a way to mitigate their sort of range disadvantage, with the strikes being able to zone people out and secure space, the Stamp being able to kind of draw a lot of attention and push people off the grates area. There was a lot going on, and honestly, I think I could watch this set 3 times over and I probably wouldn't understand most of the stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, me too, but that was a very close game, only going down to 5 points. Both teams got checked, but H-Town Rebels were able to get a little bit more.
Yeah, just a matter of being able to squeak out those extra points. But Clam, Blitz, Barnacle, and Dime, definitely the opposite. This, I hypothesize that this will be a little faster. Maybe from personal experience, I suck at this map.
I'm gonna be honest, I do too, but I guess we are just gonna have to see. Woo!
Woohoo! Yeah. Clam Blitz, Barnacle, and Dime. The crucial part of any good push or offense is being able to take control of the enemy plat. Once you have that, you have a lot of room to move around. You have, I guess, high ground, if you can call it that. It's a little high, right? And
yeah, I guess so.
The option to sort of back off and retreat, but still keep your advantage. Barnacle and Dime is not the map you want to be pushed in on, and you have to ensure that early. Otherwise, steamroll. Not steamroll, but snowball.
Yeah, snowball. Definitely. And it is going to be very interesting to see if... I mean, this is Game 7. Are we gonna see some meme comes this game? This is a last chance.
I mean, they do still have place. I totally get it if they're not doing it. If anything, I would encourage it. But the possibility is on the table.
Yeah. So it's going to be really interesting to see what both these teams decide to do.
Right, and going into this set, taking a look at the comps right here. Right now, we have a Carbon Roller and an Aerospray coming out.
Okay.
And no, Vermillion Tide's keeping a similar comp, going with familiarity. I respect it. The Carbon Deco from Churro.
Yeah, that's really interesting. I mean, I get it for the Burstuka comp, but
Yeah, they
really
need to
interesting.
control a lot of space.
Yeah,
right?
One thing I'm really interested in is Dio going with a silver aerospray.
I mean, hey, the paint output is something that Carbon needs. There's a synergy there. It's questionable sometimes, but however, as we're seeing, they're already making very good use of it with 3 members going down from Vermillion Tides, and they are getting this push going with a massive clam economy advantage.
Yeah, and it looks like whatever comp they're doing, it seems to be working, and they're able to get the first push all the way 30 seconds into this game. We do see the Zuka trying to get a pick. Don't know if it's going to be able to, but there are 2 down on the side of Vermillion Tides, and H-Town Rebels just scoring as much as they can, getting all the way to 53.
And as we're seeing right now, as earlier mentioned, being able to control that plat area, even if you have to back off a little bit, you have options being able to go back in. As you saw, they're being able to retreat as one member jumped out, but came right back in to get this push going. However, the Carbon Deco being forced to retreat as Vermillion Tides is taking back mid.
Yeah, but H-Town Rebels is getting all the way to 35 in the first minute of this game. We do see Azuka charged from the side of Vermillion Tides, trying to get one, is able to get out right there, trying to get a second, not looking like they're going to be able to, trying to get one with that, not going to get anyone either. One pick with that Zuka is still fine though, trying to get a pick on the T-Tech, and it's able to get it as well. And they are just trying to steamroll through this H-Town Rebels offense.
As we're seeing right now, like I mentioned earlier, with the idea of these rat tactics, as we're seeing, these members are going in together, and they're kind of like trading off who's going in to keep constant pressure. Yes, they're slowly being pushed in upon, but these weapons that they need the specials on, for example, that Ink Brush being able to use the whale, split up the team a little bit so they can break this fight into bite-sized chunks. There's a lot of micromanagement that comes along with using a shorter range comp like this, but H-Town Rebels seems like they're kind of making do with it, but no, as the ball comes in from Vermillion Tides, but 3 go down!
Ooh.
It doesn't look like this push is going to go much past that power if they can get it in.
Yeah, but they were able to get it in, getting all the way to 60, but that is nowhere close to H-Town Rebels 35. That is a start, though, so if they can get another push going, they could potentially take lead.
They're definitely not out of this right now, especially now with 2 members going down. Can they punish the arrow spray from the overextension with the reef slider? No, the arrow spray gets away as the members of H-Town Rebels are coming back. Right now, zoning out with those tri-strikes, establishing themselves even more. They're doing a great job of supporting this card and giving it a lot of mobility, notably with that arrow spray and ink brush comp just painting absolutely everywhere. If Vermillion Tides looks away from a section of the map, chances are, give it like 5-10 seconds, it is painted over again, guaranteed.
Yeah. We do see H-Town Rebels go for another push, is able to get that power climb in, seeing if they can get anything else. They still do have 12 penalty points, they're going to have to break through. We do see the Ink Brush does have that power climb, but they are going to go down, and it looks like that's all they're going to get.
Yes, very strong defense, being able to hold them down there at, that's 60, right? Oh, no, that's 35, sorry.
Yes.
Right now, yes, this is still very doable. If they can mount that huge clam economy advantage that was used against them in the first push, they're able to kind of swing this game back. But no, with 3 members going down once again, this is not their day to establish themselves in mid.
Yeah, we do see the strikes come out from the T-Tag right there, and H-Town Rebels is going to score again. See, maybe this time they're going to be able to get another score. They do have another power climb. They are going to score there, but that is a wipeout. But 2 power climbs is still a strong push as they get all the way down to what it looks like 17.
That's 17. Ouch, they need to stop this bleeding, be able to set themselves up in mid, play it a bit more patient, recognize, okay, they paint way too much, we need to set up a wall. They cannot cross this line or they are splatted. Otherwise, if they manage to sneak a member in, they are able to just get so much DPS on these critical weapons that they need alive for these pushes. Right now, the ballpoint trying to get in, but no, the T-Tech is able to kind of zone them out, or no, sorry, not the T-Tech, the Ink Brush is able to zone them out, prevent them from going in with the team there, as no, the Carbon Roller able to shark around and pick that power climb once again.
Yeah, and it looks like H-Town Rebels is just playing great defense here, as Vermillion Tides just can't get a push in, but it looks like they're going to get one there, as they are going to keep scoring a little bit, getting all the way into the 40s, but the thing is they are 2 down, so I don't know if they're going to be able to get anything else, and that looks like that's going to be the end of their push, as a wipeout looks to be the nail in the coffin for Vermillion Tides.
Yes, ouch. Unfortunately, a lot of these pushes ending right after the ball goes in with 3 coming down, and that just spells the end of the set, with H-Town Rebels taking another dub. Ooh.
Yeah, great job to H-Town Rebels for just being able to just hold off on defense and just be able to have strong pushes on offense. Both these teams played incredibly well in this entire set. Most of these games going down really close to only a few points. So this was really fun to see.
100%. I will mention that Vermillion Tides on their defense were playing they kept a cool head, especially when they're pushed all the way in, trying to sort of like play around their special, recognize their opening, and not overextending. However, unfortunately, that did not translate to the offense. With a lot of these times, like I was mentioned, 3 people going down once the ball came in, and at that point, the 4th member being a bit too far to retreat, causing wipeouts. So, with a translation to defense, it would be a much stronger sort of presence, but just a bit too short to make for this set.
Yeah, definitely. But it was really fun to see, and I believe that is it for this set. And Frosty, where can everyone find you?
Right. I have been Frosty. You can find me at Control-Alt-Defrost on Discord and Twitter, like the keyboard shortcut, but I butchered the ending. And Drumar, where can the lovely people find you?
You can find me over on Twitter at Drumar_SPL or on Discord at Drumar.
Thank you, Drumar. However, folks, don't go anywhere, because right after this set, we have the Division III Group 1 set of Chark Attack from the University of North Carolina, Greensboro versus PSU Lone Rock Sirens from Penn State University. Very exciting set that you won't want to miss.